Hello, everyone. It's K-Mac again. As I had said before, I wanted to do more commentaries, and they'll probably only be on Tophia because she's amazing. As I've said in the last video, she's the gift that keeps on giving. Once again, I want to shout people out. Shout out to Santoki. Shout out to Heinzbug. Shout out to Vokal the Slugcat. I really appreciate you watching, man. I know it was long. I'm going to try and make this one shorter. And huge shout out to Tophia Archives, or Tophia Archive, excuse me, whose video is what I will be watching and what I will be posting in the description as the source for this. Yeah, Tophia, so I actually haven't watched this stream either. This was the one I originally wanted to do for my first one, but I couldn't because I had like stuff to do in real life. I have a full-time job. I'm trying to finish a degree, so I don't have a ton of free time to be devoted to making Tophia videos. Now, watching Tophia videos I can at my job. Most of us nowadays can plug a headphone in at our jobs, depending on the job. Maybe not everyone, but a lot of us can get away with that. So I can watch a bunch of her content, but I can't really produce that volume that these other people can. But this, I really do want to comment on as much of her stuff as I can. And I think Tophia Archive, whatever they make, I think I'll make comments on. Anyway, this one I did not watch. This one's 24 minutes. So last time I sped her up, but that caused me to need to keep pausing it. So this time I'm going to try not speeding her up so that I can try, talking over her during her dead time, when she gives huge pauses and stuff, or just doesn't speak or anything, or when the pause would have normally been a few seconds, and speeding it up to 1.5x drowns it to 1 or 2, and I'm gonna give this a try. So also, this video is a lot shorter. The last one was over 40 minutes long. I think that video was 45 minutes. But anyway, this one I know is going to be great because I started watching it. Again, this is the first one I wanted to do because I started watching it and I got about 2 minutes in and I was laughing my ass off. And let's see if that coincides with a chapter or anything. So yeah, so right around 2 minutes, it's a new chapter. Goes from TikTok ruining her life, but I think it was actually in this. Oh yeah, no, here we go. Sorry, there's a tiny chapter there. So yeah, so it is going to be right around here, right around the 2 minute mark. So okay, I probably won't laugh. I might pause to laugh if it makes me laugh again, but it's hard to recreate the first time. So that's why I paused it, because I wanted to react to this fully. So anyway, here we go.
My whole life. Once I get my place, I could turn 100% completely evil. My heart is ripped out, and I don't think I'll ever recover.
Subscribe if you enjoy, please.
Because
definitely subscribe to Tophia Archive. As you can see, I'm not removing any of her stamps or anything. Her, I keep saying a her. I think it's a her, but I could be totally wrong. So I'll just say they, and their Tophia Archive. Shout out to them because they do all. That's the hard work, in my opinion, is sitting through watching her live streams and condensing it down to something digestible that people like me can make comments on. So a huge shout out to you. You do the Lord's work, or at least the Tophia community's work, and you're such a vital part of it. That's why I don't know, I tried to reach out to you. I hope you see it. So
I was losing bars, so I put it in airplane mode and it tends to work. Hopefully it works this time. But there's this plus size content creator that I follow that literally is leaving to live a private life because they're like, I realize I can't have a private life having social media. And I was like, I thought of something, but I don't think a lot of influencers would be.
I'm sorry, but when she said I thought of something, her eyes squinted, it looked like she was literally thinking.
So what if all the influencers just created a business emoji and just left social media? That was just my thought process, because I'm like, if we stop giving people something to watch, then people would be bored and realize that they screwed up, because what? I don't understand it. People don't even learn how to leave people alone.
you're saying that if everyone quit social media, people would get bored and have nothing to watch, and that I think where she's going with this
And
is
people
that
shouldn't have to leave social media to
they
have a
shouldn't
private
have
life.
to
This
do
is
that.
what
Have a
celebrities
private. Okay, so she said a few things here.
don't even. We stop giving people something to watch,
because she said two different things here.
and people shouldn't have to leave social media.
So she's saying that, first of all, she's saying that on social media you shouldn't have to be giving people something to
I
watch.
said they screwed up because I just my thought process because I'm like, if we stop giving people something to watch, then people would be bored and.
Yeah, okay, so Tophia, if everyone on social media, if all the big influencers stopped giving people stuff to watch, what would happen is they would get only views on their content that's already been seen, not any new content. So, like a trickle in compared to a new drop on a channel that had like a LTT channel, Alliance Tech Tip channel or something like that. I don't really watch them, but I know they're anymore. I did, but they're a huge channel. When a video there comes out, you can bet it's going to get 1 million plus views, pretty quickly, almost always, depending on the category. But so no, Tophia, what would happen is people just watch other stuff. Like, even if every single social media influencer, right, on every single platform quit at the same time, we still have television, we still have movies, we still have books, we still have everything we had before social media and since it's been created. We even have VR headsets. You can have fun with a VR headset instead of being on social media. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg
Realize that they screwed up because.
Oh, and then she tries to relate that to saying that you shouldn't have to get off of social media to live a private life, but the very definition of being on social media, you're putting your life out there for people to view. Well, at least the way Tophia is doing it is. Not everyone who uses social media does that. But as Santoki says all the time, see, I watch you guys. I watch all you guys. I really hope you guys watch this because I love you guys. Santoki says all the time, she uses this as a journal, her live streams and her videos as a journal. She really needs to buy a journal, like one where you can write down, or even just film these. Like, if you want to film these and say these to something or someone, film them and record them. And then maybe decide if you should put it out there. Like, hey, is this worth releasing to the world? The answer is going to be no, but it would be a good idea to try that first. Anyway, that's wishful thinking.
I don't understand it. People don't even learn how to leave people alone. And people shouldn't have to leave.
The way she, again, I keep pausing, I'm sorry, but the way she's like looking at her face, she really does look like she's thinking hard.
Social media to have a private life.
Like right now, she really looks like she's trying to figure it out.
And they don't even get that. So
she thinks that celebrities who ask for it and don't even get it, like, what they deserve to get it. Like, they deserve some private. I'm not saying like you should go into their living room, but unless you're like a really low key, and by the way, she's wrong about that. There are low key celebrities. There are ones that still go out and take the subway and stuff like that and aren't mobbed by people because they don't make a big deal about it. But she wouldn't know that because all Tophia knows about is blasting herself out to the internet and what other successful influencers look like. And to her, that means views. So that means, like, if you're not instantly recognized on the street, you're not famous to her, probably, Whereas, like, if you are, certain actors in New York City who are known for riding the subway, a bunch of people might just see you riding the subway, So
what if people just stop giving people content and just make social media so boring to the point where everyone just, like, social media is no more? Is that a great idea? I think it is.
Okay,
I don't know. Not influencers and content creators, because what's the whole point, right? I'm not the only one that gets it, but the harassment, the bullying, all of that stuff, the doxing.
Oh my
Why
god!
don't we just all collectively give nobody something to watch? That way, when people are bored on social media, it goes away. That would make sense, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, Tophia it's so funny because I said this in the last video about something else. Tophia realizes exactly what she just said, exactly what a person in her situation. She just said what you need to do. Stop making content and go away. And people will stop bothering you. But she will never do it herself.
That's what I think. Right?
And the fact she says that she thinks this too, that's why I was laughing so
Not
hard.
me, of course, obviously, because on social
oh my
media,
god, that's it!
all of that stuff, the doxing, why don't we just all collectively give nobody something to watch?
Oh my god, wait.
That way when people are bored on social media, it goes away. That would make sense, wouldn't it? That's what I think, right? Not me, of course, obviously, because I'm not going to be the only one doing it.
I'm sorry, I can't laugh so hard. There's other people in the apartment, but oh my god. Now I remember why I paused this. The sentence isn't even out of her mouth about what she's demanding other creators do in not producing content before she says, well, not me, obviously. Do I even need to address this any further? That is hilarious. Thank you Tophia Archive, thank you so much for this moment, because that's amazing. I'm sorry, that was worthy of a pause. I know I keep pausing, I'm trying to make this shorter and not pause, but I mean, like, what do you say to that? Yeah, every single creator should stop making content so that everyone gets bored with social media. Well, except me, obviously. Yeah, Tophia, if everyone else besides you is no longer allowed to make content on social media, obviously, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I have to keep going.
Plus, I need the money. I gotta
because she
make
the money.
Bill.
But other people on social media making money don't need the money. You know, only she needs it
somehow.
Only she. Remember, only she has a job on social media.
I'm just saying, TikTok ruined my whole life.
Because if it's not a job for her, it's not a job for anyone. So obviously it is. She works on social media.
Not really. I don't know. There's so much hypocritical people on this app. I can't even. So there's this one lady that is old as F. You're like in your 40s, coming at me about having filters on, saying the filter is fighting for its life, even though it doesn't show that I have a filter 40s, on.
Tophia, aren't you
and
like
you
33? Just to give you guys some context, I'm 35, so like I'm around this chick's age.
So much filters that it looks like.
I've never used. By the way, I've never used the camera filter. I fucking hate it when my wife turns them on. I hate it.
You are 30 years younger than what you really are, and you're telling me about filters while having
30
filters
years
on.
Younger than you
Makes
really,
literally
what?
no sense.
Wait, are you saying that they looked 30?
You are 30 years younger than what you really are. Have a filter on, and you have so much filters that it looks like you are 30 years younger than what you really are, and you're telling me about filters while having filters on. Makes literally no sense.
Oh, she's complaining about the other person using filters.
To my point of
more
flipping out.
whataboutism with Tophia. It's her favorite thing. That projection and whataboutism.
Because I'm so tired of hypocrisy.
If you had to define the essence of Tophia, like on a philosophical level, it might be those two. It might be those
Here's
two
one
things.
thing, hold on. Let me just stand, because what the heck? Sitting is not sufficing.
Nah, you need more
what's
words.
going on.
Her
So,
essence is
anyways, it's so hypocritical.
wild.
I posted me going to a free event last year that Al Hurricane was at, RIP Al Hurricane Jr., but the comment sections are stupid people being like, making it seem like it's a free event. Do you know how much free events that Albuquerque puts on? They put on so much free events, it's crazy. And you don't gotta pay for them, and it's pretty cool because Summerfest is coming up in June, free.
Yeah, you don't have.
You don't gotta pay for that. And
free events.
some celebrities do come perform for Summerfest. I remember one year me and my brother saw Taylor Dayne. We saw Sheila E. for free at Summerfest. I don't gotta pay for things. If I'm going somewhere, I am not paying. I'm going to a free event. Unless someone says, hey, you wanna go somewhere,
that's
then they offer
smart.
to pay.
Tophia, that's something smart that you're doing because it means you're saving money, which means that obviously something is wrong in the equation here, because you being smart and saving money is like the antithesis to your existence. It's like antimatter for you. So
yes, but that is so weird. People be so hypocritical. I can't even stand that. I gotta sit. I don't know what's going on. Can someone please tell me what's the 411?
And by the way, I'll admit it, I'm in bad shape right now because, you know, again, I've been working full time and going to school and stuff. I used to go to the gym a lot. I know I'm not in good shape right now, but it's just so funny.
Like I said, it is so crazy.
Her plotting down
so I'm
every
gonna
time.
go live for a little bit. I wasn't even gonna go live. I was just gonna relax and watch some movies because I was watching. I watched Holes again because that's my comfort movie.
Kind of like a bear, maybe.
Then I watched Inspector Gadget 1 and 2, and I watched The Crash. Oh my god, I watched The Crash, and that was crazy. So, have you guys seen that documentary? Well, now I've been getting stuff about the documentary on my For You page because that's weird. I only searched up one thing, and I already knew from the whole telling of the story or telling of the documentary, I knew she was guilty. You cannot sit there, look these families in the face, and be like, I was punching at 100 miles per hour. And did not think once.
Oh, she's talking about that.
I
think it was a Netflix documentary, and it was okay. Now I know. I was like, what crash is she talking about? I didn't want to have to Google it. I think they didn't made a Netflix documentary or something on it. There's this woman, or maybe she wasn't 18 yet. I don't know. I don't know the whole details on it. I actually do watch a lot of true crime stuff, like a lot. I'm a big fan of True Crime Loser. Shout out to him. He's the best channel in true crime, in my opinion. At least the funniest, for sure. But she's talking about this woman slammed her car into a wall with her boyfriend and someone else in it, and at first they thought it was an accident, but it turns out she wanted to kill the guy. So that's what she's
about to crash into a wall, and you have your friend who's a whole content creator online defending you, saying, well, why would she want to take her own? Hello, it's called The Crash, and basically what it is about a crash where we're back. It froze. So basically, it's about 3 teens that were in a car crash, 100 miles per hour. They hit a wall.
That's what she's talking
and
about.
2 of them passed away. One was on the football. I think they were both on the football team, but one was her boyfriend, and the other one was a friend of theirs. And I guess what was argued is that she wanted to take her boyfriend by going 100 miles per hour into a wall. She is trying to fight her innocence. Her parents are trying to fight her innocence because their parents are her best friend. Basically saying that she didn't do it. They don't believe that her motive
As of
was
making
that.
this video, I
and
think
portrayed on.
You know what? Hang on one second. I'm gonna pause the video because I don't want to say the wrong thing here. Okay, I'm back. I definitely didn't want to say the wrong thing about this, so I just looked it up. Her name was Mackenzie Shrillia. It looks like, or Shrillia. Either way, so she had a bench trial. It was actually a couple of years ago. I guess the documentary just came out. So this happened in 2023, what Tophia is talking about, and what she's ranting about. It's a documentary on Netflix because, of course, she has to watch every single new things that drops on any single streaming platform that she has as soon as it happens. I bet she was one of the first people to watch Bright, that god-awful... Anyway, whatever. Anyway, this woman was found guilty on all 12 counts, including murder, felonious assault, aggravated vehicular homicide. I believe she's doing life in prison. Is it life in prison without? I just want to know if it's... Sorry, this is like unrelated, but I just love true crime. Possibility of parole, 15 years. So, and depending on the state, you sometimes actually have to do that much. Like good time doesn't count if it's life. But anyway, we're getting off.
Online was what she wanted people to see, but in real life,
really
that's not who she is.
Sorry about that.
Basically, the arguments they had was not really true. I don't know, something about she dressed up as dead. They dressed up as skeletons. I don't know. It's a whole thing. I'm not even. Oh, hold on. On Netflix called The Crash. If you have not.
Sorry, guys. Just gotta pause for a second. Sorry, I know these pauses seem instantaneous, but that one took a while. I had to do some stuff. Anyway, let's resume.
I would advise you to go watch it. I don't have my music because my stuff is not charged. Well, it's okay anyways because I wasn't planning on going live for that long anyways. So, I don't know. I'm having a hard time. And I don't know. Think you're okay, and then you think of something and you're not. You love me. You have a picture. And I guess whose account came on my page asked me no. I'm like, what? Hold on,
God,
guys.
Astro.
Wait
Know,
just a second. Okay.
Awesome human being. Courtesy of Heinzbug, otherwise I wouldn't have even known who the hell that person was. These people are so... What a way to live.
There was someone coming, and I wanted to mute it. But anyways, so what I was talking about was the whole content creator, influencer thing. I think people should do it. I really think we should give people nothing. And
so remember what Tophia said. She said that everyone should do this except for her because obviously she still needs to get paid.
that way
she said those exact words.
What do you do? I don't even know what I'm gonna do anymore. Well, I know something, but I'm not gonna say it. It's getting dark. Oh, somebody's singing out their car. I thought someone was screaming. They say, "Are you okay, sir?" That's crazy. This is weird. This is like a coincidence. This is okay. So let me tell you what happened. There's this person that I follow, right? And he does content, basically weight loss content. And for some reason, well, not for some reason, it's because I'm following him. His live stream popped up on my For You page. And when I tell you that I was watching for a while, my name gets mentioned. And I'm like, bro, what's going on? I just barely started watching this live for not even a few seconds. And I hear my name. And I'm like, this is so weird and random that I saw this live at this moment. And my name gets mentioned. Someone
what are you talking about?
Oh, guess who's coming? Oh,
I have no idea what you're saying.
I better keep my mouth shut. Hopefully I get P15 soon. That's all I can say. There's nothing I could really do because TikTok's gonna say it doesn't violate guidelines. So I want to see the Michael movie again. I also not want to be sad and upset and depressed. Help. Who do I talk to? What?
Well, you keep claiming you have a therapist. According to Vokal, just a counselor who, and I tend to agree with him on that. I believe you see a counselor, maybe once. I would say maybe once a month. You claim once a week, but it's not therapy. It's not intensive therapy, and you need more than Tophia needs more than just a therapist. She needs a psychologist and a psychiatrist as well because she got some other stuff going on.
What the heck? I'm not even doing anything. You cannot exclude me
because
I'm considered a freaking locale, which I don't even like that term. And then you think it's funny whenever I'm miserable or something happens in my life and you think it's funny. Imagine if I didn't have this, once I get my place, I could turn 100% completely evil. I could just target someone to the point where I could have them go through everything that I went through. I could say, I choose you, and have people have cameras on them, follow them everywhere, start banging on their doors. If I wanted to do something like that and be this evil menace, I could, but I'm not going to.
Okay, first of all, you never would be able to do that, so that's just a lie. And second of all, you definitely would if you could, because you are super petty and you would stoop to someone else's level in half of a second. In fact, you'd stoop to their level before you even know what their level is, so...
Somebody online that did it to me so they could learn to leave me alone.
Also, that doesn't make any sense. Just because you have a house, now suddenly you can, afford to be sending, all the...
because maybe I feel like sometimes if some people got the same treatment that I got, they would stop. That's the only way people are going to learn, in my opinion. But I would never do something like that. And it's just so crazy. I don't have her...
I keep saying this, but God, her fucking AI background is so bad. Or she just looks so bad against it. It's probably... what's probably happening is because she's wearing, all those dark colors. Excuse me. And, she's probably, filming in the shade because she's probably outside. Not probably. We know she's most likely outside. So she's probably filming in the shade, and the contrast it's creating with her is making it really hard to see her. So it's just talking to this stupid AI dead.
Many people to talk to. People have to understand that when I talk to somebody about something, it's because that's the only person I have, really. I don't have a lot of girlfriends to talk to about. I don't even have a relationship, but relationship issues or about things that I'm like, hey, can you give me the feedback? Can you tell me? Can you help me in this situation? I don't have people like that in real life.
So Tophia here, once again, lamenting the fact that she has no friends, no one in her life, but she always then will say the exact opposite of this, that she has tons of people in her life, tons of people that care about her, and all she wants is just be financially stable and be able to take care of those that she cares about. But she always is complaining that there's nobody that cares about her or anything like that. So, take which viewpoint that she presents, because she's presenting two conflicting ones here. On one hand, she's claiming and lamenting and crying all the time that she has no friends, no one there for her and anything. And then on the other hand, sometimes every now and then she'll brag that she does, but offers no evidence, no proof to it, names no names, and no one ever comes online and says, yes, I'm her friend.
I don't have someone to be there and be like, yes, I did, but there's some things going on, and I'm not coming to the internet to bring that personal stuff on here. I have never.
I'm sorry, I have to pause for that. You're not coming to the internet and you're live to bring personal stuff on here, Tophia. All you do is blast personal stuff out on here. See, this is these videos take forever because you have to pause about so much. Like, are you kidding me? I cannot believe that Santoki would lose her mind. Like, I bet she did when she heard that. That's out of...
Talked about people in my personal life online, but it seems like Reddit and all these people want to twist it somehow and make it seem so because they're just mad. Anytime I have some sort of happiness, they gotta be like, oh, well, we need to bring her down. She cannot be happy. We need to knock her down a peg. And it just doesn't make sense because to me, that is horrible. I've never met human beings that literally harass someone this much to the point where they go to sleep. It's normal. Are you okay? Are you good? Do you need help? Because what's wrong with you? And then you harass someone to the point where it's like, now we finally got her offline.
Once again, for the record, I agree. Anyone that harasses
I get
her
it. They want to live a private life. They don't want to be known. They don't want to be seen. But at the same time, this is why a lot of your fakes run social media. Because
you're
it's
as big
stuff
of a
like
loser
this.
as
And then
her,
you condone it. And then you don't condone it. And then you're hypocritical. Like, you're like flip-flop politics.
And I do condone it, Tophia.
And this is why nothing ever...
Tophia uses the word you a lot. She says you. And that she's trying to include me in that, someone that's watching her. I don't agree with any of that. I think you're a turbo loser if you call and contact her and try and make her life harder. Because the fun part about Tophia is nobody can make Tophia's life harder than Tophia herself. And that's the fun part of watching the train wreck, is that she is the one that makes it worse and worse and worse and worse by her own hand. Not by anyone else's, by her own hand. So
gets taken care of. Nothing ever gets done because Republicans are pointing fingers at Democrats. We've got a shitty city that has all of these tents everywhere and all of these homeless people. This whole shitty city are just nothing but overran by homeless people on the side of the roads and tents because they don't have proper housing. Because they're too busy fighting over whether or not the rich should be taxed, which is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life because rich people should be taxed. Why are we fighting over that? That should be a given. Why is it that middle class and poor people or people that make some sort of slight income have to pay more taxes than a rich person? Makes no sense to me. And then not only that, you had three...
Vokal went into this one time. It's because they can take it. And I don't agree with this. I actually, see, and he said it one time too, like, Tophia will say just enough stuff that's like kind of half true, or maybe I swear he said this about her, maybe it was someone else. But she'll say like just enough stuff that's like kind of true that like she sounds like she kind of knows what she's talking about. But first of all, it's a total rant. Like she just was on a completely different topic 5 seconds ago. She has the attention span of a Cocker Spaniel. And second of all, like it doesn't even matter. Like, so what? What are you gonna do about it? Like, are you using your platform now to like voice political opinions and like trying to affect political change? If that's so, like, then start doing that. But like just to complain about it right now, just to have something to complain about, to have some more whataboutism and stuff, it's like, what does this even matter in the long run? Like, clearly you really don't care about it because you're only bringing it up now to claim that nobody else cares.
Why is it that middle class and poor people or people that make some sort of slight income have to pay more taxes than a rich person?
They don't pay more taxes for...
Makes no sense.
Percentage-wise, they might, of their income, yeah, but raw numbers-wise, no. And once again, if they're using tax shelters or anything like that, I don't agree with that. I think everyone should pay their fair share of taxes. I totally am against tax dodging. I'm totally against using tax shelters, all that stuff. This is totally unrelated, but it's like, This is what I'm talking about when Tophia says you all and you and blah blah blah, you. Like, who is the you you're talking about? Who do you think agrees with letting billionaires like hide money in offshore's account to avoid like paying millions of dollars in taxes? Like, do you think that the average American actually agrees with that? They don't. Like, what are you talking about? You have no idea. You just heard this shit on TikTok and you're so brain rotted and you're so like just TikTok, like, 10-second video brain rotted, and you have no knowledge of politics at all, no knowledge of a lot of stuff really, and this is just like this is nonsense
to me. And then, not only that, you had three people died mysteriously from an inhalation of some sort of chemical in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I live. 20 plus people injured from a hazmat situation. In a random area, they just inhaled some sort of chemical and passed away. And you mean to tell me that that's not suspicious? Let's be for real.
What?
Let's be serious. I don't even know how to function properly anymore. My brain is not normal. And I had to walk around saying I deserve.
It's definitely not debatable. Her brain's not normal. That's definitely a fact.
To be here, but sometimes I really don't feel like that. And I'm trying to keep my mental together because my mom, I'm the only person my mom has. She has her brothers and her family. God forbid if something happened. I already picture what happened if I'm not here. I can already picture people saying she was so selfish that she left her mom by herself. Why should I even have to think about what people think? My mental is
You don't need to, but you're choosing to. And the reason you're choosing to is because people say it to you all the time. And the reason people say it to you all the time is to get a rise out of you. And the reason they say that is because you then give it to them, and it's like a big cycle. Like, you're right, you don't need to justify any of this, but you go online and live stream your life like this is a live journal.
I don't know how to process.
Go on. You love Temu. Go on Temu. Santoki would love this. Go on Temu, okay? Use your $0 off code. Okay, get $0 off this Temu item, and I promise you it's going to be really cheap anyway. It's going to be like maybe $1, maybe $2. Buy a journal, buy a notebook, lady, and write it down, alright? You need to not have this on a digital form. You need to not even type this up. Writing is probably going to take you like a year to write a page, but stop. Get off. People aren't telling you to get off. Like, you don't even understand like why people are saying stuff to you. It's unbelievable.
Someone down really
get it
to the point where you want them to just not be here, and then why celebrate that? And then you think that's cool, and then I'm supposed to sit here and say I'm not going to harm myself, but I'm not going to lie and sit here and say that I have not had those thoughts. They don't just go away. My depression is horrible. I can't even tell you guys what recently happened, and my heart is ripped out, and I don't think
everyone has problems. Everyone's got mental problems or relative mental problems. I have them. I'm not complaining. I take my medicine. I do what I gotta do. Like, do what you gotta do, lady. Get over it. If you're not over it, go see a doctor about it. If that's not working and the meds aren't working, adjust them. If that's not working, talk to someone else about it on top of that. I don't know what else to tell you, lady. Like,
and it's like
you need to take these steps if you want to resolve that. All you claim to do is be seeing a therapist who can't like diagnose or prescribe any sort of medication or anything like that. So
beat down so much.
Oh my God.
I survived the carjacking. I survived all of the harassment, the torment, the hate for like 8 years. Yes, I should be thankful I'm alive, but I have survivor's
8
guilt.
years.
And last night
conflating the car,
freaked out,
like her whole life with the carjacking, as if her whole life was suffering, as if her whole life existed, or the car accident existed before her whole life instead of just 1 year ago.
I thought, everything was good. I was making a homemade pizza, and then I freaked out, and I wanted to run outside because it felt like I was in the car, and it took me back there, and all I could picture was him breaking the glass and just seeing my brother dead, and how no one has remorse, and I'm just trying to function, and I can't function because my brain is so messed up that I have people telling me. I got this long message from someone she was a nice lady, and I don't know, I'm worried because I know the outcome's not good. someone insisted with me that what I was saying wasn't true, but she hasn't responded back. And she had a heart condition, and she did have a mild heart attack. And it was someone that I met at one of the shelters I was at, and she was a real nice lady, and she sent me this message saying, you went through a lot, you're strong. I think she passed away, but there's nobody, because she wasn't living with family, to tell me
I mean, that's
or
sad.
to confirm.
Again, I spent a lot of time around them because I used to be an addict and use. I love that Dave Chappelle bit where he talks about white people love heroin, and he's not wrong about that. And sadly, I knew a homeless guy. Well, I knew him through outpatient. His name was Marty. He was basically on the streets. Like, he was in and out of, like, he was kind of like her dad, only, like, worse. Like, he had schizophrenia, probably bipolar too. Dude was crazy. He once got arrested. Marty, man, this is what a character. This dude once got arrested fighting over $1 beer in a store. Like, are you kidding me, Marty? It's $1 beer, bro. Give it up. This dude got into a full-blown fight with this other guy over $1 worth of beer and got locked up over it. God, what a character, man. And, dude was on the streets, basically, and eventually he died, And it's sad, but it's not unexpected. Like, he didn't take care of himself. He didn't take his meds consistently. It's sad, but I don't know, like, what Tophia's point here is.
But she hasn't responded, so I just assumed.
Like, oh, my friend might be dead. I don't know. Maybe not. Feel bad for me because that's what her point is. I don't even know why I was
but it's hard. My heart is just like ripped out.
Like, who is this person that she's crying
I don't to talk about it because it's painful. It's just like part of me is gone.
Hear her right now, too. She's like,
my happiness was taken away from me. Nobody understands. No one. I wish there was someone who truly understand. I keep telling myself, but it sucks because people don't leave me alone. Even if I got a job, it's not gonna stop. And I told myself.
Once again, this is such backwards logic. She's just reaching a conclusion before the event itself has happened. She assumes that just if she gets a job, every single troll will ruin it for her. She does not realize, as I pointed out in my last stream, and Vokal, I think, also said, or maybe it was Santoki, but I said it as well. If you get a job, get off of social media for 6 months, right? Go work the job. After 6 months, you're out of training, you're out of probation time, whatever. You're a regular employee, and you're a regular employee that's been there 6 months. They aren't annoyed that you're blasting them all over social media all the time. They're not annoyed that you're filming at work and stuff like that. You've been working there for a while. You've been getting consistent paycheck. You've been proving that you can do that. And then after 6 months, after your job won't care anymore, if people start to bother, call them and try and get you fired because they'll have data of their own. They'll have 6 months to be working there as a good employee and say, well, these people are calling, but obviously, like, they're just lying on her. She's been a great employee for 6 months. Like, Tophia would have no problem because then that wouldn't be possible. But because she refuses to even take, like, the smallest break or even just not even fucking talk about it, like, if you got a job, but like, she's so even against getting a job that she can't help but talk about all aspects of it, even if she's not willing to do it. It's so weird.
Better off not being here. And then how do you tell people that? Because they say, oh, whenever something happens with someone, you always, like, you're just baiting people. No one knows because I just want to feel alright. I just want to feel okay, but I can't.
Nobody knows the sorrows I've seen.
And I can't talk to anyone about it because it's so painful. Yeah. And they wouldn't understand. And I can't come to the internet because it's unpersonal. And if I do that, it makes things worse. People think that I'm okay. My brother is dead. I can't bring him back. And all I wanted was to be loved. And nobody understands just how bad it is. Because me and my brother, we did everything together. And now I have to live without my brother. And it's all of these cruel jokes. You go and you have a good...
I'm not trying to laugh at her brother being dead. I'm laughing at, like, what she's saying. Like, how ridiculously dramatic and over the top she's being. Like, okay, your brother's dead. We know that. That's very, very sad. probably a very hard thing to get over, especially in the like. I'm not discounting those circumstances, right? That's a fucking traumatic thing to go through. Are you fucking kidding me? Getting like you're living out of a car and all of a sudden somebody comes up with a gun, shoots your brother, kills him, rips you out of the car, well, tries to rip you out of the car. I have a feeling you got out on your own, and then shoots your mom through the throat. Like, that's insane. Okay, like obviously you're gonna have problems with that, but Tophia, you had these problems long before that. That's the problem. Like, that's the reason why you ended up there. You were already a lolcow. Like, you already had all of these bad things because of your refusal to work and your refusal to do anything, even to monetize your social media correctly. Like, you could have literally even like asked ChatGPT, like, hey, ChatGPT, I routinely get, like, X amount of viewers, like however many 100 or 1,000 viewers on Y platform, like what's the best way to monetize this? And it literally would have given her good ideas, like, or better ideas than what she does now within 2 seconds. And she can't even do that. Like,
time, and these are free events. It's not like when I go.
Like, if I had a channel like Tophia's that gets donations like hers and stuff, I would just find out like what's the best way to monetize this and make money out of this, and just like make a free source of income. And she can't figure out how to like optimize it and do it in the best way, even though there's like a million tools out there to help her do it.
Having a good time, because in the back of my mind,
Sorry, I got off topic there. Yeah, this is sad, but like, what again? Like, she talks about, oh, I'm not on here to personal stuff out. This is like the most personal thing you could ever talk about, like the death of your brother and how much it affects you. Are you kidding me? Like, the only thing that's maybe more personal is like your sex life.
The guy survived a carjacking, even though I really wished it was me. And everyone said the wrong sibling died, and then I
don't wish it was you. You just know. You don't wish it was you. Like, she just knows that she should say that. I don't think anyone really would wish it was. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about that, but she's just such a pathological liar and such a bad person. Like, it's hard to take her stuff at the face value. I don't know. Sorry, I'm going on.
Knows how badly I'm hurting because I have to keep it together. And then when something happens, and then my brain is all jacked up. Oh, you're just... What do I say? Oh, you're just upset because someone is not talking to you, and you're just doing it for attention. That part of your brain never goes away. It doesn't go away.
Saying that.
And sometimes I'm not at the point where I would harm myself, but it's too much, and I'm not gonna harm myself.
God.
Don't worry.
Oh my God!
Then my mom freaks out.
Harm myself, nobody really cares. Is so bad. I hate it.
My brother hasn't even been buried, and it's been a whole freaking year.
Mental illness and new people that went through really bad mental illness. Like, someone I just talked. The story I just shared was
my family. They gave me $300 at the funeral, which I bought pajamas. I bought my mom pajamas. I bought her slippers. I bought her things we needed because I didn't have any clothes. People seems to forget all my clothes went with the car. All of my valuables, my Switch, my Chrome computer went, my tripod that I got on sale, which was a really nice tripod that everyone...
Tophia is such a narcissist. She's such a hedonist. She would never in a million years harm herself. She could... If this chick had fucking diabetes, she wouldn't be able to fucking test her blood sugar. She wouldn't be able to fucking do the shot into her fucking finger like an adult who needs to keep themselves alive. Like, there's no way. It's just...
It was promoted when it was on sale. My mom's iPhone that was given to her by my brother for Christmas. All of these things were gone in the car. My brother's cell phone is gone. It's crazy. I had no pictures whatsoever of my brother in my phone because my brother didn't like to have pictures, I guess, of him on my phone. And so that's basically what happened. And
brother didn't like you having pictures of him on your phone?
I don't know. He took pictures with other people, but with me, it was different. I didn't have any pictures. And what's crazy is I had to ask his friends for pictures because I didn't have no pictures. Somebody's pictures.
Okay, so
and it's so crazy because there's one picture that was at my grandma's house of me and him side by side.
I mean, like, my sister's, like a year young. Well, okay, also I didn't live with her in a car a couple years ago. Like, she's married and has a daughter already, and she's a little bit younger than me. So
this was when he was in elementary school.
Like, I was in elementary school. Tophia, what are we talking about? Why are you always going so far back at like
cars at car shows, and I had one where he was recording the cars as they were leaving, or I was recording the cars as they were leaving, and I got a glimpse of him, and that's all. Like, people really are cruel. They tell me things. They tell me, oh, what did they say? You asked for it. I asked for gun violence. That literally makes no sense, and it's not because the comments are getting to me. It sucks when you're going through
comments
something.
Clearly are
I'm trying to make all these friends.
You need to get off social media and stop reading this shit, lady. It's driving you crazy.
And have this whole...
The funniest part is every time you say it's not driving you crazy, that's like either right after or right before a gigantic, insane rant about how crazy it's driving you. It's
group of friends. That's why when something happens with somebody, I don't have nobody to lean on or to talk to. Or
okay. See, here, once again, I heard complaining about how
it sucks. And then how do you want to tell people that...
Okay, like, people say this, and it's a little cliche, but if every single person you meet says, like, doesn't want to be your friend, what's the common element there? I just have to
Or how do you tell people that you're in that dark space of, oh, I don't want to harm myself, but these are the thoughts that I'm having, and then it doesn't turn into the thing that the last memory I have of my brother, and it sucks. And to watch him die in front of me. And
yeah, that's fucked up. I agree with that. She definitely has PTSD from that shit. I don't doubt that for a second. She doesn't care about dealing with it in the appropriate way, like through a real therapist.
What is it?
Like,
I don't want to say disability Olympics. You know what I mean? The Depression Olympics or whatever it's called. Who has it worse than
she'd rather just go on the internet and cry about it.
I didn't ask who can function at a job with PTSD.
Even though the real victim was her brother, okay? And like she rarely talks about that. She just talks about how much she misses him. She never really talks about like what was done to him or how heinous what happened to him it was, how he has no future now, how he has no chance of having kids. Apparently your brother wasn't that good of a person. I haven't been around long enough to know that. I've heard Santoki and people say her brother was like a really, really a pedo, I think, or something like that. I don't know, some weird sex stuff. If that's true, you know, like he's not a good person, but
dude, that's not me. I don't have very many friends to talk to. You
know, like, and when even if he's a terrible person, like watching your brother, regardless of how terrible he is or not, of a person die and bleed out in front of you from a gunshot has to be traumatic. Like, there's no way around.
Having that catastrophe.
But again, she's not dealing with it the right way. She's coming on to here to complain about it and to rant about a bunch of different stuff. And just like, this is how she vents on
that's my
social media.
Process is I'm going to be alone for the rest of my life.
Santoki says this is her life. This is her journal.
That's
she does need to buy a real one and start writing in
rethink that because I go to therapy,
not some stupid fucking tablet.
And it's like,
she needs a real offline journal, so she can unplug from this shit. She'll never do
with
it.
my brother.
She'll never
she
do
is holding on to my brother until we can bury him.
I don't believe that anymore. Wait, who'd
you say? In a couple of days, I'm being to high school with my brother. She is holding on to my brother until...
Okay, so now someone else is apparently holding on to her brother. If she did leave him at the funeral home, they definitely either scattered him or put him in a pauper's grave at this point. So if she's now claiming someone else has him, like I don't know. I don't know what happened to this. I shouldn't
have to apologize for it being a
this
year.
This was even a gross.
I got $4,000.
I don't know why you keep talking
over
about it, to
like, pay to bury my.
This is all you ever talk about whenever it gets brought up is how you don't have the money to do it. It just makes you seem worse every single time you talk about it. Why do you even talk about it and bring it up?
My brother. When people say, "Oh, you're going shopping, you're doing this," okay, well, I guess I won't have any clothes. I guess I won't have any pajamas. I had no clothes whatsoever.
Yeah,
the only thing that I had was a shirt and some paper.
If you needed $4,000, okay, Tophia, if you needed $4,000 for a surgery to survive, otherwise you would die in 6 months, would you come up with the $4,000, or would you say you still need those things?
Yeah, came from on my PayPal to the transactions of me getting paid for TikTok. Nowhere did any money that I spent ever came from GoFundMe because I did not have access to it. I don't know how how many times I have to tell you? All I have to do is make one call to GoFundMe and have them fork over all the emails that proves they closed that GoFundMe because they couldn't get a hold of my brother's friend. Let a 10-minute video on me because I'm addressing you, asking you to leave me alone. You're a stalker. You literally are looking at my stories. I'm not even talking about you, and for some reason you want people to talk about you. You want this drama, and it's so weird that everyone applauds her and defends her. Then she's a whole Trump supporter, so I guess you're hypocrites. So you defend pedophiles.
I never.
It says follow back. You literally heard her, but then it says follow back.
Okay, Tophia, people who watch your stream, and like me, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. This other person, this other streamer that, like, I'm not terminally online just watching streamers all day. In fact, I don't watch your live streams. I watch the amazing Tophia Archive and their assembly and their montage of clips and, you know, cuttings of you and edits of you. Like, so I don't know who the fuck you're talking to that you're comparing yourself to. And, like, okay, they're a Trump voter. Like, you've said that, I've heard you say that about this person before, and I still don't even know who we're really talking about, but that's the worst thing you have to say about someone? There's a lot worse that we can say about you, Tophia, than being a Trump voter. Are you kidding me?
Then why didn't you block me? There's a block button for a reason. I don't know, even just this whole talk. Now I'm starting. I already stressed at the beginning.
Tophia is crazy.
Don't forget to subscribe
great.
for more videos.
This started great. It didn't end as good as it started.
To be honest with you, they assumed that I had.
I don't want to start another one. I'm not doing another one. It really started on a really high note that made me laugh really, really, really hard, and you know, then it really kind of just devolved into kind of boring Tophia. There's not much going on with her right now, so it's kind of just boring, saying the same thing over and over a little bit. You know, we need a little bit of spice. We need a little bit of spice to happen in Toph's life. Something spicy to go on. You know, like I don't know, someone gives her, you know, like Timu pays her out or something. You know, like we need something to like stir the pot a little bit, just a little bit. You know. Or a lot, you know, stir the pot a lot. And I don't mean some trolls or any loser like that. Again, Tophia is her own worst enemy. She will make it way worse for herself than anyone else ever could in their entire lives. There's no way that you can make this chick's life any worse than she does by her own hand. It's amazing. That's why it's such an awesome train wreck to watch. It really has no limits. It's like the limit approaches infinity if you're looking at it from a mathematical standpoint. It's amazing. Like, it's just amazing because there really is no limit to the bottom to how much of a degenerate she's willing to live like, and just how much degeneracy she's willing to engage in and put up with. You know, like that there really is almost no bottom. So, because again, she refuses to get a job, which means that eventually, once the shelters all kick her out, she has no more shelters. I mean, unless she starts moving to other states and going to shelter, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way she's not capable of that. I don't think she has the mental capacity to even do some of this stuff. Like, I think that's why she's another reason why she's stuck here. But this is a whole different conversation I'd be getting into. Anyway, hope this commentary was better than the first one. Let's look at the length. How long is this? Yeah, not nearly as long. You know, it was a much shorter video. So it seems like commentaries so far are being roughly double with the pausing and stuff. This one is a little bit better though, because some of this is intro and this exit right here. But anyway, I hope you guys like this. Yeah, the start of this right around here. Oh boy, this was, man, that had me roaring with laughter. I cannot believe it. But yeah, I mean, just her more complaining about being lonely, like, more complaining about not having money, more complaining about XYZ, and it's like, Tophia, you know what the fucking common element is. It's you, and you know what the common element of that is. It's your actions, which are nothing. You don't have a job, you claim you're going to the gym, I don't believe you. You claim you're going to a therapist, counselor, as Vokal says. I agree with him on that. I think a counselor, maybe like if it's a religious shelter, it might even be a religious counselor too. Meaning it's not even really a counselor, just someone she has to go sit and listen to talk about the Bible for a little bit. If that is what it is. If it's a real counselor, that's good. She needs to speak to someone, but she needs way more help than just a single counselor. This chick has a lot going on, and it's way more than that. So anyway, hope some of you guys watch this. Hope I did a little bit better. I'm gonna try and keep getting better. Now that I have some free time, I'll maybe make some more. It's really up to Tophia to put out the content, though. Like I'll do them on Tophia Archive videos. I'm really trying to get in touch with them. If you're Tophia Archive and you're listening to this, I don't know, message me somehow. Because I definitely want to give you credit that you're due. Because, again, to me, the hard work is what you do. Me coming here and talking about it, like, you've already made the highlights where people need to talk and need to speak. Do you know what I mean? Like, you already cut out the fat. Better analogy would be you really separated the wheat from the chaff with her streams, and it does a lot for, I think, a lot of people watching using your stuff. So anyway, I just want to say thank you again, and thank you to everyone watching, and hopefully this one's a little bit better. And yeah, Tophia, still stay crazy out there, lady. Things will get with Tophia. It's like with most lolcows, but it's especially with Tophia, it's like you'll have like periods of kind of dead stuff, maybe a little bits here and there, stud chew, lonely, whatever stuff, the usual. And then you'll have some like cataclysmic event where it's just like everything is just like in disaster mode, just like explodes like a nuclear bomb. And that's how most lolcows are. It's like they just like, and I bet if we were them, and like we would know that it's coming, that the explosion's coming, but they either know and don't care, or they have no idea, which is even crazier that you wouldn't know that, like, something crazy. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. I'll stop right now. Thanks a lot to everyone who watches. Again, shout out to that Tophia community, especially the ones I watch, like Heinzbug, Santoki, Vokal the Slugcat. Really like you, dude. Really liked your content. You were the biggest inspiration, I think, because you're just chill and talk about it, which is kind of how I wanted to approach it. And of course, as I keep saying over and over again, I'll link in the description Tophia Archive, who really makes this possible for me to even do in the first place, because there is no way. I've never even installed TikTok in my life. There's no way I'm installing it for Tophia, okay? The only person that could get me to install TikTok on my phone, I've never done it in my life, okay? I'm 35. Never installed TikTok once. The only person who could get me to do it is my wife. And Tophia, you ain't my wife. You don't look nothing like her. So, like, not even remotely. So anyway, yeah, I'm not downloading it for her. So I need people like Tophia Archive and other archive channels like theirs who really do a lot of the hard work and a lot of the big lifting. And sorry, I know I kept saying I wanted to leave. I spent the last couple of minutes like blazing those people instead, but I really think they deserve it. It really is the hard part, in my opinion. Finding all the clips, editing out all the bad parts, like doing all the video editing and stuff. I'm not a video editor. I do IT stuff. That stuff's, it's like boring and stuff to me. It takes time, and there's value there. So anyway, yeah, I hope to get in touch with you at least to talk to you about that. So thanks a lot, you guys. And just under an hour this time, so we're getting shorter. The shorter videos help. But I mean, yeah, I gotta still find a way to make it a little bit shorter. The intro and exit to this one were a little bit long for a few different reasons, but the middle I did get a little bit better, I believe, at least when I was looking at the time of talking. Since I didn't speed it up as much, I was able to talk during more of her dead air time than having to pause it as much. So again, I think I need to just find the right ratio of speed up to pausing, essentially. And also, I think I need to adjust her volume a little bit so that I'm a little bit louder and she's a little bit quieter. The problem for me with, though, is she's so quiet on my computer. Like, I don't know what she's doing, but it's crazy. I can't hear her for shit. So anyway, thanks a lot, guys, and have a good evening or day wherever you are in the world, I guess. Peace.